What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about Naked Brand Group, ticker symbol NAKD. This stock has actually been suffering a little bit over the past couple of weeks, but it's looking like it might start doing very well very soon because they have a merger going through with one of the best EV companies out there. And if you guys know anything about EV companies, you'll know that traditionally they do very well when they start trading publicly. So first of all, let's take a look at NAKD. So you can see that we have actually been deteriorating over the past 30 days, just about. We've been moving down for the past while, and we're getting pretty darn cheap on the overall chart. In fact, if you look at the 1 year, you can see that we are, in fact, breaking this pattern of higher highs and higher lows. We actually broke this pattern to the downside. We started moving down, and now NAKD is starting to look pretty darn cheap in the 50-cent range where it's been sitting for the past while. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I think NAKD will be doing very well in not just the next month, but over the course of 2022. I think they could be doing pretty darn good. So this is because they're going to be merging with Cenntro Automotive. For those of you who don't know about the merger, I will briefly explain what they're going to be doing for you and what Cenntro Automotive is. So essentially, Cenntro Automotive is a leading EV company, mostly for commercial purposes. They have 3,300 plus vehicle deliveries. They're in 26 countries, 20 plus million miles traveled. And I will briefly cover some of their best points for those of you who didn't see the last video I did on NAKD and Cenntro Automotive. So first off, once again, early pioneer in AI autonomous driving and lead designer of electric commercial vehicles, or ECVs, as some people call them. Cenntro has sold, and this is a very impressive statistic, Cenntro Automotive has sold and delivered more commercial electric vehicles than any other EV company. So think about that. And we're going to talk about their market cap in just a second, but it's a very low market cap considering that they have this statistic under their belt, that they have sold and delivered more commercial electric vehicles than any other EV company. Customers are estimated to have traveled more than 20 million miles in 26 countries. We already touched on that. And Cenntro expects 2021 revenue, this is also a very impressive part, of $25 million, right? $506 million in 2022 and $2.1 billion in 2023. So massive revenue growth from this company. And upon closing this merger, they are expected to have $282 million in cash so they can fund their future operations, potentially fund additional marketing. And this deal is expected to go through by the end of 2021. We're going to touch more on the deal and the specific dates to watch out for regarding NAKD stock and Cenntro Automotive's merger pretty darn soon. So the company is expected to change its name to Cenntro Automotive, so they will no longer be called Naked Brand Group. NAKD will still be the ticker symbol, though. They're expected to retain the NASDAQ listing and ticker symbol NAKD. And before I discuss more of the aspects of this deal, what's going to happen to your shares if you're a holder of NAKD, I want to show you guys the channel analytics that we have right here. Currently, we have 8,251 subscribers. And if you guys are interested in getting the most up-to-date news on NAKD stock, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 8,300. We only need about 49 people to subscribe, so you could be one of them if you want. That would be much appreciated. Thank you guys very much for considering it and hitting the subscribe button down below. But now we will touch more on NAKD stock. So this merger is not 100% guaranteed. Obviously, when a merger like this goes through with public companies, they need shareholder approval. And so we're going to have a vote for the shareholders on December 21st, or I believe also December 20th, depending on your time zone, where Naked Brands will be deciding if they will merge with Cenntro Automotive Group. And Naked shareholders will, if this deal goes through, receive 7 shares for every 3 shares of NAKD that they have. Okay, so that's important. So keep in note, currently, if you have any NAKD shares, you'll have about double the share count after this deal goes through, if it goes through, and I expect it will. I think this is a very beneficial deal, not just for Cenntro Automotive because they'll be getting all this cash to expand their business with, but also for NAKD because currently NAKD, Naked Brand, is in the athletic swimwear and lingerie business. So it's not the most fast-growing industry. EVs are definitely a lot more hyped up, at least stock-wise. I mean, maybe this is hyped up somewhere else, but EVs typically get a little bit more hype from the stock and investing community. So it'll certainly be very beneficial for NAKD's stock price. Over the long term, I expect they'll be doing a lot better just because of the speed at which they can grow their company if they're going to be working on EVs compared to swimwear. So the combined company, this is really cool. The combined company will have a market capitalization of $2 billion. So a very small EV company, at least regarding the other EV companies that we've seen. We're going to look at a couple in just a minute. But I will note, before we do look at other EV companies and their market caps, the company hasn't indicated if it'll be getting out of the swimwear and lingerie business. It may continue to have that on the side, but it would be a likely path for them to just focus on EVs. They probably don't need to focus on the swimwear too much. It would probably be best to sell that off and to focus most of their capital on the EV business. So NAKD stock is going to have, once the merger goes through, a $2.1 billion market cap just about, once they go through with the merger with Cenntro Automotive. And if you actually look, we could really see a big pop in stock price right after the merger, because that is a tale as old as time regarding EV stocks. If you look at, say, take Lucid, for example. Lucid went public via a SPAC and instantly started shooting up in stock price, actually reaching the all-time highs of $64.86 that they've ever reached. Same thing with Rivian. If you look at Rivian, they went public, and that day saw lows of $95, and just a couple days later, we're trading at $179. Nikola, the same story. If you look back over the past 2 years, when they went public, they initially were trading around 10, and they shot up to $93.99 when they went public. Tesla has been doing incredibly well. EVs are a hot sector at the moment. NIO as well. All the EV stocks pretty much are doing incredibly well. This is one of the better times to take NAKD and Cenntro Automotive and merge them together, to take Cenntro Automotive, very good EV company. Once again, the most impressive statistic I think about them is that they have sold and delivered more commercial electric vehicles than any other EV company. I think that's going to be a big selling point for a lot of investors, especially once they actually go public. I think people will probably start rallying to that more so than when they're private. There will actually be a way for regular people to invest in and make money off of that statistic. So I think people are probably going to take a liking to this company, as well as the fact that NAKD, if you look at the past year, had a meme stock driven rally in early 2021. We could see a similar thing in 2022. Obviously, they won't be Naked Brand anymore. They won't have that going for them, but they will have an EV company behind them and the ticker symbol NAKD. There are a lot of people probably holding this stock who know about it and who will be hearing that this company has just gone through a big merger. They'll notice differences in their share count. They'll start looking into it and potentially want to buy some more come right after this merger. So December 20th is the date that we should be looking for. And you can see right here that the vote will be held 6 p.m. Monday, December 20th. And if you guys are shareholders, well, I'll tell you what you can do to vote if you wish, but the company, Naked Brand, has recommended that shareholders vote for the transaction, okay? They think it will be beneficial for you if you're a shareholder for this transaction to go through, and they note that every shareholder's vote matters regardless of the number of shares held. Naked encourages shareholders to vote by submitting their proxies as soon as possible and by no later than 6 p.m. on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time, December 18th, 2021. So if you're in the US Eastern Standard Time, then 6 p.m. on Saturday, December 18th is when you should be voting by if you plan on voting in this proxy. And the way you can do it is you can go to Naked Brand's website, and they actually have a special announcement right here at the top of their website. You can click proxy card, and that will take you to this page where you can actually print this out and mail it in if you wish, or if you wish to do it by internet, you can just click this little link right here, proxy vote, and you can follow the instructions on this page. So that's something you can do if you're interested in voting. If you have some Naked shares already and you want to vote in this vote for the merger, then you can. It's probably not the most important. Obviously, they say that no matter how many shares you have, it's important, but if you don't have many shares, then it's probably not the most important, in my opinion, at the very least. So I really think we could be seeing good things from Naked Brand come 2022 and late in 2021, right after this merger goes through on the 20th. I think that we could really be seeing good things from them. And I will point out, I think we have the short interest right here. Here it is. We're probably not going to see too many shorts coming into Naked stock, right? The short interest, there aren't too many shorts in it as of right now. I don't think that shorts will be interested in shorting Cenntro Automotive, that's for sure. Currently, we're sitting at 1.9% short interest regarding the free float, 17 million shares. We're going to see what happens to the shorts after the merger if they're still interested in shorting this company, because it will be a very different company and a very successful company at that, that's expected to have massive revenue growth. I really think that a lot of the shorts could potentially want to get out of Naked stock, NAKD, after the merger goes through. So it could be a good catalyst for moving them up further. in addition to the hype that they could receive just from normal investors. So that's what I think about Naked stock, NAKD. And if you guys are interested, first of all, take note that none of this is financial advice. I'm not recommending that anyone buy this stock or sell this stock or do anything with it. I'm just giving you guys my opinions. But if you guys are interested in more NAKD stock updates, feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.